Jan Davis has brutally warned Frank Martin at a live press conference after a hiatus lasting 14 months. Tank is poised to defend his WBA title against Frank Martin. However, the question looms, can he withstand the challenge posed by Martin? Leonard Ellerbe, for one, remains skeptical, suggesting that this bout may not be the smooth sailing many anticipate for the reigning champion. When questioned about his approval of Martin's chosen opponent for the WBA lightweight championship, Pound enthusiastically responded, "Love it, love it." Ellerbe expressed admiration for Martin's prowess, noting his 180 record and labeling him as a skilled and impressive fighter. He also highlighted the influence of renowned coach Derek James, further enhancing Martin's appeal. Ellerbe added, "Frank Martin is a terrific fighter. He is a slick black fighter, very good boxing skills. He has an outstanding coach, Derek James. He is a good fighter, nothing bad to say about him." Afterward, the American promoter fervently championed Davis's credentials and track record when questioned about whether this match offered Davis a chance to display his adaptability, despite the reporter's observation that certain fans have voiced worries about Davis carefully selecting opponents who lack finesse. Ellerbe couldn't see any merit in those concerns. He said, "I have the utmost respect for the fans, but they are not making these fights. They are not part of any conversations. They don't know the fight thing about what comes into play about putting something on again. Everyone has an opinion, which I do respect." Ellerbe outlined the steps involved in matchmaking. He claimed that Davis's record spoke for itself, and that fans were unaware of what transpired when battles were being set up. He said, "But at the end of the day, nobody is going to tell us how to run a business. Tank. He has fought a number of very, very good fighters. His resume is very underrated." Meanwhile, Devin Haney is confident that Frank Martin will pose a significant challenge to Tank Davis. Haney believes that Martin will strive to earn Tank Davis's respect. However, Haney predicts that Davis's superior experience and skill set will ultimately secure victory for the champion. Haney said, "I think Tank beats him. We haven't seen Frank Martin at the highest level, at the elite level. I'm not saying that he's not elite. We just haven't seen each other. I think Martin will go in there and try to get his respect, and he will fight back. But I think Tank has the experience and skills and will be victorious." Certain enthusiasts of boxing argue that Martin's training regimen overly prioritizes weightlifting, leading to an excessive musculature that may hinder his agility in the ring. The emphasis on building bulk has left him sluggish and somewhat mechanical, a common drawback among heavily muscular fighters. This lack of fluidity might pose a challenge for Martin when facing Tank, whose athleticism and swiftness provide him with a distinct advantage. Haney said, "But will it be easy? I can't say. Do I think that Frank Martin will go in there and show that he's a contender? Yes." Meanwhile, welterweight pugilist Michael Fox, having sparred with both Davis and Timzid, draws a comparison between the Soul Taker and Tank. Timzid tips the scales 19 pounds heavier than Devon Davis. Moreover, Zoo towers 3 and above the current WBA lightweight champion of the world. Yet Michael Fox believes Davis isn't far off from Zoo in terms of delivering powerful punches. Speaking of Davis, Fox referred to sparring with the former when they were in their late teens. He said, "When I was 18, Tank was probably 19. Tank hit me with a shot that almost put my lights out. We're sparring. He throws an overhand right. I see it. But it's too late to maneuver past it." Fox added, "Boom," when he hit me. And I jokingly said, "But I was like, damn, somebody hit a light switch in here. But when I saw nobody react, I realized, damn, that's my light switch." That is the power that Tank has, where he can end the night early. However, Fox claimed that Tim Tszyu had heavy shots in every one of them. He believed that Tszyu had the ability to destroy his opponents. "He hit me with a shot on the top of my head a little bit that buzzed me. Sound like I took a similar shot like that from Tank," Fox explained. Knockout power is a gift that very few people possess. In his opinion, Fox's remarks were later noticed by Dante Davis. On the other hand, Ryan Garcia recently took to social media to call for a rematch with Gervonta Davis. This comes after Garcia's victory over Devin Haney. He emphasized that the bout could only happen if both fighters agreed to a catch weight of 144 pounds. Garcia tweeted, "Everyone want to talk about the little stupid Tank. Let's fight. Enough of that funny talk. Come see me at 144 and let's stop the talk. If you beat Frank, let's run it." Garcia announced his departure from super lightweight fights, suggesting a move up to the 147 pounds division. He stated that his body no longer allows him to cut weight below 143 pounds. While Garcia's requests might not change Davis's stance, the latter doesn't seem too concerned. Ryan Garcia revealed his list of desired opponents, saying Teep, Mo Lopez, Jocker Stevenson, and the Gervonta Davis rematch. but I also want to do Sean Ali as a crossover a thing that would break UFC PPV records. Recently, Garcia made an appearance on the PBD podcast where he discussed the different challenges of fighting Devin Haney compared to Vanna Davis. Additionally, Garcia shared his thoughts on how Haney could potentially defeat Davis in a potential bout, having fought both Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has a special insight into how a matchup between them might unfold. He believes Haney surpasses Tank in skill and prowess. Although Garcia recognizes Tank's intent to harm Haney, he doubts Tank could land significant blows. Garcia then wrapped up by stating that if the two were to face off, his money would be on Haney.
If Haney fights Tank, who wins?
Haney beats Tank.
Haney beats Tank if they fight?
Yeah, I know. Boxing's a wild sport.
Why do you say that? In what area does Haney...
Beats him out of just pure volume and just knows how to use his reach good. Tank will try to hurt him, but I don't think Tank won't get to Haney. Definitely Haney will beat Tank. You know, he's big in America, but not bigger anywhere else. So I have way more followers than him. I have way more engagement. I'm cooler than him. I know how to speak better than him. I know how to promote better than him, better fighter, everything.
Moreover, Ryan Garcia confidently claims that he could have posed a serious challenge to Gervonta Davis if the fight hadn't been limited to 136 pounds, with a 10 pounds rehydration clause. Essentially for him, the main hurdle wasn't Davis's boxing prowess, but the specific terms set for the match. When asked about the contrast between fighting Davis and Haney, Garcia candidly admitted that Haney had managed to land punches on him, whereas the bout against Dervin wasn't particularly challenging. Ryan Garcia added that Tank would never accept a fight at 145 pounds. He noted that Tank had been sending him amicable texts and tweets, yet Garcia ultimately believed that Davis was merely clout chasing at that time.
He actually caught me. I mean, Gervonta, I didn't really... It wasn't a hard fight. I was just weak. That's not a hard fight for me. I will beat Gervonta Davis worse than I beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a harder fight than Gervonta. He will never fight me at 145, so it doesn't really matter. And that's why he was trying to text me all nice and tweet me, "Oh, Ryan, I'll give you my real number now. Let's go to the club. You know, I hung out with P. Diddy, and now I want to hang out with you." Like, bro, we're like...
Tank is saying this. I saw that.
Yeah, you seen that?
Did you guys speak after the fight? Like, did he call you to congratulate you or no?
He tried to go out with me. Pause.
On the other hand, it looks like Gervonta Davis is already in great shape, over 2 months out from his next fight against Frank Martin after an intense workout. The muscular Baltimore boxer proudly displayed his chiseled body in a video shared on the X platform, sparking worry among Martin's fans. Reacting to the video, one supporter wrote, "A focused Tank might be the most dangerous fighter in boxing." Another tweeted, "Frank Martin in trouble come June." A third added, "Boy, Frank Martin is in a world of trouble 2 months out. And Tank looks like this." This fan said, "Oh my goodness, my man is already in shape. Trouble for you, Frank Martin. Be prepared." In Coach Calvin's voice. Since defeating Ryan Garcia via 7th round knockout in April of last year, Davis has not competed. He served 44 days in prison for breaking the terms of a sentence that had initially spared him from jail time. Shortly after the victory in May of last year, Davis received a sentence of 90 days of home confinement, 3 years of probation, and was required to complete 200 hours of common service. This penalty stemmed from a hit-and-run car accident in November 2020 during which 4 individuals were injured. He was eventually found guilty of breaking the conditions of his home detention, and as a result, the remainder of his 90-day sentence was mandated to be served in jail. But now that his ankle monitor has been taken out, he can focus on his profession and will face Martin in his first bout back after a 14-month hiatus. And now fans are impressed with his comeback. This fan said, "Not a fan of Tank, and never have been, mainly due to him being with Mayweather and Al, but he's cleaning up his __, not drinking or partying and taking things seriously. Not sure about the person, but starting to appreciate his dedication to the sport. Now brace yourselves for an electrifying showdown," as Tank has dropped a bombshell of a statement about his fight with Martin taking to X. The WBA lightweight champ aired his thoughts. Davis wrote, "I don't know anything about nothing, but somebody is going to sleep soon." Leonard Ellerby, the CEO of Davis's previous promotional outfit, dropped a subtle hint. His message, "Mark it down," before confirmation of his fight with Frank Martin. Clear signals emerged suggesting Davis was poised for a showdown with Conor Ben. Eddie Hearn, the helm of Matchroom Boxing, asserted he had extended a generous $25 million proposition for the bout, yet Davis took to X to unveil their exchange, alleging Hearn had merely preferred $10 million, a considerable distance from Hearn's subsequent assertions. Ben, also known as the Destroyer, later specified that Davis would receive a guaranteed $10 million with additional earnings from pay-per-view sales and other sources.